Hello everyone, my name is Jonel Roberson, and today I am presenting to you my proposed research study titled Leadership, Work Engagement, and Burnout Amongst Remote Employees. I am presenting this proposal as a request for funding through the SIOP Foundation Small Grant Program. The purpose of this project is to examine how perceived transformational leadership and work engagement may predict burnout amongst employees who work remotely. The literature shows that remote work can offer flexibility, but it can also create some challenges, such as isolation, blurred work boundaries, stress, and exhaustion. Prior studies have also shown that leadership plays an important role in remote work. Specifically, transformational leadership has been connected to stronger work engagement and lower burnout-related outcomes. The literature also shows that remote employees do not all experience engagement in the same exact way. Some remain highly engaged, while others may struggle depending on supervisor support, communication, and work conditions. The gap in literature is that many studies examine remote work, engagement, leadership, and burnout separately. But fewer studies examine transformational leadership and work engagement together as predictors of burnout in a broad sample of remote employees. Therefore, the purpose of this quantitative study is to examine whether perceived transformational leadership and work engagement predict burnout amongst full-time remote employees. The research question is, to what extent do perceived transformational leadership and work engagement predict burnout amongst remote employees? The alternative hypothesis is that these predictors will significantly predict burnout, while the null hypothesis is that they will not. This slide presents the proposed model for the study. The two predictor variables are perceived transformational leadership and work engagement. Transformational leadership includes behaviors such as communicating a clear vision, supporting staff, encouraging development, and leading by example. Work engagement includes vigor, dedication, and absorption. The outcome variable is work-related burnout. The goal is to determine whether leadership and engagement explain meaningful differences in burnout amongst remote employees. This study will use a quantitative, non-experimental, cross-sectional survey design. Participants would be at least 18 years or older, employed full-time, working 80% of their work week schedule remotely, and reporting directly to a direct supervisor. Participants would be recruited through LinkedIn, prolific, professional social media groups, and online professional networks. The proposed recruitment goal is 120 participants, even though the minimal sample size from G times power is 68. The larger goal allows for incomplete responses or for participants who may not meet the final inclusion criteria. The data would be analyzed using multiple linear regression. The analysis is appropriate because the study has two scale predictor variables and one scale outcome variable. Before running the regression, the data would be screened for missing responses, outliers, reliability, normality, and basic regression assumptions. These checks help make sure the results are accurate and trustworthy. The study will also include important ethical safeguards. These include IRB approval before recruitment, informed consent, voluntary participation, anonymous survey responses, and no collection of employer, supervisor, or coworker names. Overall, the study is feasible because it uses a short online survey, validated instruments, online recruitment, and a modest budget. This project also aligns with Liberty University's mission and vision because it reflects scholarship that can make a positive impact in workplaces and communities. Liberty emphasizes developing individuals with values, knowledge, and skills that can be used to impact the world. The research supports this goal by focusing more on employee dignity, well-being, responsible leadership, and workplace care. From a Christian worldview perspective, supporting healthier work environments reflects stewardship, compassion, and concern for people as wholes and individuals, and not just as workers. The selected grant source is the SIOP Foundation Small Grant Program. The grant is a strong fit because the project is directly connected to industrial organizational psychology and applied workplace research. The study would provide practical value by helping organizations better understand how remote supervisors can strengthen engagement and recognize burnout risk earlier. The requested funding would support participant recruitment, platform fees, instrument reviews, and data management. The expected deliverables would include a research report, a practitioner summary, and leadership recommendations for remote work settings. In closing, this proposed study is ethical, feasible, mission-aligned, and relevant to current workplace needs. Remote work is now a major part of many organizations, but employees still need effective leadership, meaningful engagement, and protection from burnout. With funding support from the SIOP Foundation, this study could recruit an adequate sample. test a clear statistical model, and produce practical recommendations for remote leaders. I respectively request funding for this project because it has the potential to contribute to a healthier, more engaged, and more sustainable remote workplace. This final slide represents the grant link, Liberty University links, and the major scholarly sources used to support this proposal. These references support the literature review, methodology, instruments, and overall need for the study. Thank you for your time and consideration.